Hi, I'm Blue Jay. Welcome. I hope everybody's doing well. I know I am. Let's tap in with our guides, masters, and ancestors and see what we got going on. We're going to tap in with the fairies today. Ooh. Look at this. See all that blue? He's so serious. And not only are his fingertips illuminated, but his solar plexus and his third eye. This is an alignment. I see this as an alignment not only in your own body, but in your auric field. The truth is like emerging from you. Do you see how like he's beaming a little bit? This is card 60. So this has to do with not only the truth about yourself with that blue color, but it's also about unconditional love. Like with yourself. Like loving who you really are. It's at the bottom of the deck. I don't know how I'm going to edit this card. Hold on a second. The Bright Mother. Okay, so just to prove it's the card, there's a lot of nudity on that card. Okay? And I'll describe it for you because I don't want to get in trouble. This right here literally shows a bunch of naked women. It's the card 16, which is a 7, which means spiritual growth. This is in touch with your feminine side, your insides. But it's not just that. There could be like, I sense you're really falling in love with who you are in this physical body. So your sexuality could be blooming a little bit. You feel secure in what you have and what you got, maybe for the first time ever. Because that's kind of the essence that I'm getting, the activation with the first card. And I can't read the writing. And I know that's terrible, but I read intuitively when it comes to these cards. And then if I can't read it, it's not pertinent. And that's how I know that those cards, like, as soon as I pulled this deck out and they're like, we want to play, I was like, oh my gosh, the fairies are complicated. Because they're mischievous energy, and but they're like, no, come out, we're coming out to play. And I always anyway, that's a side note. This is really saying you're coming in touch with the real you. Guides and masters, continue. I guess this is our New Year's message. The real you is blooming this year. Okay. What is the message, guides and masters? The Chariot. The 5 of Wands. It's a lot of movement. The 9 of Cups, bottom of the deck. Ace of Pentacles. Something, you've been fighting for this for a really long time. You've been like, I can almost see you like trying to like go through like cellophane, like you're being held back, like you're like wanting an opportunity so bad, but it wasn't getting anywhere, and finally, whoosh, that cellophane broke. So this is what's coming in this new year. This year is it's bringing you what you've been asking the universe for. Because you finally have come in alignment with who you really are. So now it's time for the manifestation to come in. That's what that is. Guides and masters, what do you want us to do? How would move forward? Just basically saying that you're here. Welcome. You have arrived. What else do you want to say, guides and masters? The sea serpent. With this, I always see an eyeball. Let's be honest. Do you not see that? But it's also about being in the womb of creation and like being nestled in, like, and I always get an egg energy off this card. So as soon as I flipped it over, it was like the beginning is the end and the end is the beginning, vice versa. However you want to play that, because it's a never-ending cycle. So even though this is a new chapter for you, like, it's an ending, but it is a beginning at the same time. I saw this in the pre-shuffle. You've been out of alignment, now you're in alignment. See that? Wow, you're aligning into this new future. All right. I'm going to pull one more, and then we're going to ask something. In love and death, Myrtle. Oh my gosh. Isn't that beautiful? In love and in death. You know, one of the things that I've learned through my studies in Vedic astrology is that the 7th house is a moksha house. It is literally a house of death, because it is the house of relationships. And when you realize that when you go into relationships, part of you dies, because you have to compromise in order to make the relationship happen. But that death is what not only brings you closer to love, but brings you closer to God. So, or source, it brings you closer to enlightenment. And so what this is saying is this whole change is not only could possibly be bringing you into a relationship, it's going to be bringing you closer to God. And it's all because you're finally the real you. All right, guides and masters, what's our advice to move forward? That's basically it. You're like, great, you're in alignment. What's next? What's our next step? What do we do? Guides and masters, what's the next step? This card. Page of Cups. Love yourself. Be kind with yourself. Be gentle with yourself, because, you know, this is going to be, even though this is an ending and a beginning, and like that death and rebirth energy that we're having right now, which is super pertinent to the time of year that we're in. But it's like you're going to fumble a little bit. You're going to make mistakes, and you really need to, like, laugh it off. Make fun of yourself. Don't take things too seriously. For sure, for sure. Just put in your best efforts, your best foot forward. Really set out with good intentions, and know that, like, your feet are firmly on the ground. Like, when I think of a horse, I think that 4, and like how they're like the fastest animal, and you can move fast, you're still grounded. It's okay. Like, just keep moving with good intentions. Okay, what else do you want to tell us? We're at 8 minutes. The lizard. Make sure that when you can't take the heat, get your ass out of the kitchen. Make sure that you are taking time for yourself, because you're navigating in this new space with new people, and it can get overwhelming at times, and you really need to ground yourself and hide under that rock. You get what I'm saying? Like, so make sure that you don't lose yourself in the process. All those practices that you've been working on with self-love to get you to this point of alignment, they're still critical, and you're going forward. Do not lose them because you get distracted. Continue to have that authentic piece of yourself vibrating at the same frequency, so you can maintain this change that's coming in for you. What else? You're going to do things a little bit differently than you've done them before, and that might stress you out, but flow. One thing about octopus, or octopi, that's so amazing is they can fit into these weird little small holes, and they're huge, right? But they can, like, figure out how to fit, and they figure things out. They are very resourceful. Be resourceful. Use your mind. Put your best foot forward. Enjoy this journey. You are getting your wish fulfillment. Finally, this year is going to bring it in for you. This year is literally going to be the year that everything's going to be handed to you. But when everything's handed to you, honey, your hands are full. That's all I got to say. All right, have a good one.